Hi, this is Erik Linask coming to you from Interop in New York City, and kicking off the first day here with Steve Garrison, who's the Vice President of Marketing for Force10 Networks. Steve, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Erik. It's great to be here.
Fantastic day to be out at a show.
Beautiful weather, and the crowd's hopping already. It's got some buzz on the floor. It's nice.
So, what's the latest from Force10?
Well, we're a data center focused company, Erik, as you probably know, very much focused around 10 gigabit Ethernet, and there is a hook to the Force10 name. So things like virtualization are causing an uptick in 10 gigabit Ethernet, and so is cloud computing. So we actually are trying to make sure people understand if you're looking at data center projects and you're looking at 10 gig, call Force10.
How quickly are businesses actually, there's a lot of talk around virtualization. How quickly are businesses actually picking up virtualization services?
Well, it's always a depends answer, as you probably can guess. People who are moving a lot of I/O in and out of their server or storage farms are the ones to first movers. We've actually just built a new data center with New York Stock Exchange where they're using 10 gig servers. Therefore, the top of rack environment is 10 gig. The core is multiple 10 gig trunks. And we announced that a couple of weeks ago, so you can read about that actually on our website.
So how quickly does somebody like that see a return?
Immediately for environments that are pushing that much I/O. Think of a trading environment, it's kind of bleeding edge, right? If you lose a bit, you've lost a trade, someone just lost $1 trillion. Kind of an extreme example. The mainstream Fortune 100 class of customers are really moving from high-speed 100 meg to gig platforms, and so they may not necessarily need 10 gig rack switches today, but we have high-performance gig rack switches. The thing they really want to know is, can I migrate to 10 gig easily with our technology? And the answer is yes. We have a very CCIE friendly architecture, meaning our command line interface is just like Cisco's. So all the CCIEs watching this call can actually get on our product day one and immediately feel comfortable with it. So we like to help people migrate to our special sauce, but leverage their knowledge base.
So really, I guess what it comes down to is it's about future-proofing what you're doing.
Future-proofing is a buzzword that some people hate, but it's really what it is all about these days. It's about OpEx these days. Everybody has fixed CapEx. And the only way you can make more things happen is to cut costs somewhere. And part of that is making sure you buy infrastructure that lasts a long time and can take you to the next thing, whether it be a speed or a feature. So yeah, we're very good at that. We help people future-proof and really get a good return on their dollar.
Speaking of buzzwords, there's a lot of people out there talking about moving to 40 and 100 gig.
Yep.
What are you seeing there?
Well, I see we have customers who want it next year. Right after standard ratification, that's when the standard will be issued for 40 and 100 gig. You're going to see a race to the market of companies saying who's got it first, and we'll certainly be in that race. We've been actually leading the standards body, so John D'Ambrosia on our team is the chair of the IEEE High-Speed Ethernet Committee, and we're very proud of that as a small company, actually, with that kind of presence in the IEEE.
But again, that's probably something that we're looking at a little further out.
Yeah, again, back to bleeding edge. Service providers, big portals, big internet exchanges, New York Stock Exchange, again, is a trading floor application. They're keen to see that technology first. I would say your mid-tier or Fortune 5000 is probably looking at that technology in 7 to 10 years once it gets to a more commoditized price per port type of model. But we do have customers who want the technology as soon as the standard's issued, actually.
So in 7 to 10 years, when those folks are looking at really getting into this technology, where are we going to be sitting talking about?
We're going to be talking about yet the next speed, Erik, and we're also going to be talking about more interesting software hooks to help people virtualize and create cloud environments. That's really another part of what we're showing at the in our booth, actually, here at Interop.
What are some of the exciting things going on that you expect to see hear about here at Interop?
Well, I want to bring people to our booth. We've A, got a magician, B, we've got fun people. But we've actually got Sun Microsystems doing a network automation demonstration. They're actually provisioning VLANs, which is a way to double or move resources around based on demand. We're also bringing up a cloud environment where they're replicating instances of an image in a full rack of servers in minutes, which we think is revolutionary. Most people would do this in hours or days. And we've also got a Force Systems in our booth. They are a WAN Optimization product for connecting data centers and helping to, for example, move vMotion environments. So when you have to have content move from one data center to another, or virtualization environments move from one data center to the other, the WAN link can be the bottleneck. Just like Riverbed services the branch, a 4 is really tailored for data center to data center WAN optimization. So we've got a lot of things going around automating the data center and moving things between data centers at the Force10 booth.
So all the stuff that you're doing, and in fact all the virtualization and the cloud stuff going on in the industry in general, is that really being strictly driven by cost, or are there other factors involved?
Well, it's cost, it's competitive advantage, it's agility. I think everybody's realized that they can't infinitely spend, and so they have to figure out how to reduce downtime. That's automation, helps reduce the human mistake. How do you really eke out the extra ounce of performance? Some of that comes through moving resources around where there's an idle CPU somewhere. It's a combination of cost and maximizing use of existing resources. But I think we are in an OpEx world right now. It's, flat is the new growth, right? Mm-hmm. And no one's budget's going up significantly, right. So everybody's saying, how can I be more efficient with my dollar spent? So I think everybody's talking about TCO and ROI, but what it really means is how can I help the person doing the job, doing it more cost effectively and reduce risk for them. So it is an OpEx play. Everything is OpEx these days.
Excellent. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Eric.
We've been talking here at Interop in New York with Force10 Networks' Steve Garrison. Steve, thanks for joining me. Have a great show.
You too, Eric. Thanks a lot.